So I thought I'd talk about my experience when I bought my WR450 a couple months ago, or a little longer ago. Uh, this guy was selling it from Nevada. I managed to get him to bring it up to where I live in Idaho. And so he brought it up. I test rode it, and everything was really nice. It was a 2009. Everything was the way he said it was supposed to be. And the only problem is he owed money on it. So what he said is he would give me a bill of sale, and obviously I'd take the bike, and then he would go back, pay the money back to the bank, and get the title and send it to me. Then I could get it registered, titled, and everything. So I agreed, everything. He seemed like he checked out, was a good guy. And so a few weeks went by and I still hadn't received the title, and I wasn't too worried yet. And I texted him, and he said, oh, he's just waiting for it. It should be any time. It was taking a little longer or something. So I left it a bit, and then I got a hold of him again, and he said that he had sent it, and it should be there, within a few days. Well, a few days went by and nothing, and I'm just getting more and more anxious, wanting to get everything, legal on it. And so it finally comes, and it's dated like 2 days before I got it. So he apparently didn't send it when he said he would. So I can finally go down and get it registered and titled at the DMV. So I get off work and I go to the DMV on my FJ 1200, and I wait in line for 45 minutes, finally get up to the counter, and the lady says, you have to have the vehicle here because we have to do a VIN check because it's from out of state. So I didn't have time to get home and get back again on the other bike, so I decided I'd go down to the police station and have one of their police officers do a VIN check. So I went home, had something to eat, and headed down to the police station on the 450. And I get there, and one of the officers, I waited for probably half an hour trying to talk to somebody. Anyway, finally talked to one of the officers, and he said that he couldn't look at it right away because they were looking for a missing child, girl, boy, I don't know, a 12-year-old kid. So I said I would wait. So I said I would wait, and I think an hour went by, maybe hour or so, and the officer finally came and said he would look at the motorcycle and check the VIN. So he looks it over. He asked me questions about what the vehicle was, and whatever the questions they ask, and he goes and checks it in his car on against the database, and he comes back, and as he's walking back, I go, oh, it's stolen, right? And he goes, actually, yes, it is. And my heart just sank. For a second I thought he was joking, but I knew he wasn't. And I said, are you serious? He goes, yeah, it's just saying it's showing as stolen on the database. And I said, well, it can't be, because I've got the title, I've got all the release papers from the bank and everything. And he goes, oh, I'll check it again. And so he looks at my VIN number, looks at writes it down again, I guess, goes back to his car, comes back again 10 minutes later. He goes, yeah, it's showing as stolen. It's a 2009 WR450. Oh, sorry, he said it's a 2009 blue 450, and he says it shows it's stolen. I said there's got to be a mistake. There has to be a mistake. There's something wrong. So he said, I'll get my supervisor, and we'll look into it. I want to talk to the person who actually reported it as being stolen, the person who entered it into the database. So I'm like, I'm freaking out. I put a lot of money buying the bike, and then I put a bunch of money in on upgrades with a headlight and turning it into a dual sport, all the extras. So he goes and talks to his supervisor, and he's gone for a while, and I'm just waiting there freaking out. And then he finally comes in and he goes, so did you poop your pants? And I mean, right away I knew that I was okay. But so it turned out that the bike wasn't stolen, but a 2009 450 four-wheeler blue was stolen, and the VIN number was one digit different than mine. And for some reason, that sent a flag up or whatever in the system. So my bike was close enough to it, and all the other details, apart from it being a motorcycle, that, but it was a horrible experience. But I got the VIN inspection paperwork, and I went into the DMV the next day, waited in line again, and talked to the lady there, and got all the paperwork done. They did question me about the release from the bank, and they were kind of concerned about some of the forms, which kind of freaked me out a bit. But it all worked out, and I walked away with a new license plate and a big smile on my face. But it was not a fun experience by any means. I don't know if anybody out there has had a similar experience, but I'd be interested to know. I don't want to deal with that again. You feel like you've lost something you put a lot of energy, effort, money into.